Hello, Dania. Hey, Fluffy. Happy Scorpio season, everyone. Wanted to try the flamingo. Happy Wednesday. Actually, I'm trying my best, guys, to accommodate my hair because it is crazy today because it has been raining all day. The humidity also is very high, like usual. Um, and yesterday I washed it, and and I just let it dry. I didn't use the hair dryer, um, so it's all puffy like this. Thankfully, as for now, I'm calmer. My season ended me. I think it ended us all. I don't know. I have been sick, um, like just not being able to recover, um, with allergies. Um, just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I think that this year has been tough. This year has been tough. Can you eat? No, I still have like strong headaches, but I think that is because it has been. Sorry, I have to accommodate my my mic because I don't want to. Um, if you hear a weird sound of movement, like clashing the mic, let me know. Um, because it has been really hard. I was talking to my army friend, to Larry. We were talking that she went to see DPRE, and he was. I believe first he went to Mexico, then he went to Brazil, and then a few days ago he came here. He came to Argentina. He gave a show. Um, and I was like, oh, I was so heartbroken that I couldn't get the tickets to see him. But I was telling her that day, that specific day, it was like the hardest day we had so far. Like, I don't know what happened that day. The temperature went to 33 degrees Celsius, which is a lot for spring. It's a lot for a spring season. Um, so I remember I went for a walk, for my morning walk. I went. I started walking in the park at 6:30 a.m. and the sun was already hitting. Like, I just did like half an hour and I went back home because I was like suffocating. I was like, it's so humid, it's so hot. I feel sick, you know, I feel sick to my stomach. If we count my big three, my season less 3 months in a row. Um, what is this Libra slander? There was a time where there was a Libra slander here. Yeah, there was. Until we stopped. But yeah, there was. I mean, it's not a slander. It's just that there's certain people that just don't help to the um, to the stereotypes. You know, there's people that, you know, the Libra stereotype, they fulfill them all, one box after the other. They check all the boxes. That they are so Libra that it hurts. But then you have people that probably are a combination of, I don't know, Virgo and Libra, so they don't want anything to do. You know, you cannot call them like, you know, like, oh, that they are so interested in relationships and that they depend so much on their loved ones or their special someone, you know, because they get offended. They are like, I'm not like that. But, yeah. Yeah, that can also be an option, being way worse. It's just that Libra, for me, it's like, I can even sense a Libra placement alone. That's the power of Libra. You know, not just like the beauty and everything that definitely is very, is something noticeable too. But I think that a person that has a Libra placement, like Libra rising or a Libra moon, you see it. You see it in the way they act. You see it. You are like, you are a Libra moon, right? Because they hesitate. They have this, they freak out when there's a conflict or when they have to choose. They freak out. And a lot of, I wouldn't want to say like the people pleasing, because I believe we are all, there's a lot of other placements and signs that can indicate being a people pleaser. But I wouldn't attribute that only to Libra. But I go, usually I told you guys that I had been doing the morning walks, you know, and my godfather had joined us. So I spent like an hour and a half just, you know, talking to him and listening to him. And he is Libra in all his glamour and manifestation. Like the amount of contradictions that he has inside himself. You know, he even wonders, he even asks himself why he was a certain way or why he is a certain way, why people are a certain way, you know. But at the end, he tries to act cool, you know, like, oh, I don't need anyone, you know, I'm in this part of my life, I feel better being all by myself, you know. But if you see him, every time we cross someone or we see someone, like a neighbor or someone, he's the first one to connect with that person, to say hello, like good morning. Like he even talks to the animals, so the animals that pass by, you know. So there's a need of him to connect, you know. So and I was like, I was talking to him about that. I was like, that he gets angry and frustrated because he has these plans of going on these walks with us, you know, regularly, like once a day. And he gets upset when his family sort of interrupts his plans and they're like, oh, you know, can you cancel because, you know, I want you to help me with this. And he gets annoyed because he's like, this is my me time. Like, why don't they understand that I have my me time, that I want to go on these walks, because it's something that is for myself. And he gets so angry about it. Like, he feels like they are like interrupting him. But he loves his family, definitely. but I see the way he reacts when we are crossing other people, when there's other people passing by, and he knows them. He knows a lot of people, so he's always like, "Hello, good morning, hello," like doing socials. And for me, even I'm polite, and if I know you, I'm going to say hi as well. But I'm like, I always tell him, we better focus on the road ahead. Like, don't be looking like sideways, like, okay, oh, did I see someone that I know? Oh, I believe that person is this and this. I was like, let's just watch where we're going. Like, let's just concentrate on the road ahead. We have a long, a long road. So let's just focus, let's just focus. He gets interrupted by a random stranger and he starts making conversations with them. And I'm like, I'm like, like concentrate. We're here to exercise. Like, like just, no, but he cannot. He cannot. He has to be social. Libra Mars too. I avoid conflict a lot, except in relationships. Leo is my favorite sign. mm. 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 Wow. Yeah, but we all have flaws, guys. It's not about not psychological, astrological placements. I believe we all have, we all have our flaws, like just people, like just regular people doing our best. Yeah, we all have, yeah, and we all can be annoying as well. Like I don't have that of being like, oh, what do you think? I seen some TikToks of people being like, what do you think is the best sign? For me, there's no good or bad or best sign. Like, I don't even like my own sign, like my own zodiac sign. I'm like, you're boring, but mm, but well. Mm. Do you feel more emotional, secretive during Scorpio season? Feel affected by seasons for some reason? I do. After pandemic, I think there's something about the Scorpio season just being very explosive for me. Like a lot of things happen. Like like for example, if I had been very patient or very structured, like just like trying to keep everything under control, like in the different seasons, like at the beginning of the year, but then there comes the Scorpio season and it seems like everything unveils like about me. Like I think that the things that probably I try to control, I cannot control them anymore, and I make very fast and drastic decisions, all based obviously on my emotionality. But I think that, for me, honestly, I think that it's not a Scorpio season. For me, it's that in this season, especially the other day, last Sunday, we had Mother's Day. And then on November the 10th, it will be my mother's birthday. So since I don't have her with me anymore, I think I get emotional, I get very sensitive, I get very nostalgic around that time, Mother's Day and her birthday. So I believe it's that. Ever since I lost her, maybe it's part of grief, that for me this season until the end of the year, I feel very sad, and I just function. I try to function as normal as possible, but I do feel very sad, and I miss her, and probably I get very frustrated once again of realizing that she's gone, but I think that is part of grief. I believe it's part of grief. It's not about the Scorpio season, but yeah, maybe it also has to do with my own placements, being sort of like triggered in this. I wouldn't say triggered. I think that they get obvious that that I feel very deeply, about things. Things that maybe require of me to be more accepting, not to hold on so tight to, oh, I want things to be a certain way. And maybe, accepting death is also part of that lesson, accept that, yeah, there's people that have left us and that they probably will not, it's not that they will probably not come, they will not come back, like physically, like we want to. So there's this, we have to be compassionate with ourselves also, and also take the time, I think that I took a lot of like classes about grief and, and therapy for grief, and to help others that are in grief. But I must say from my own experience that I believe that it's been like almost 6 years since my mom has been gone. And for me, it feels like yesterday. It feels like it happened yesterday. So I don't think a person gets over it, gets over the loss so fast, or it's not that automatic. It's not that automatic. But for me, it's a me issue. That's one of the things that I had always been working on in therapy or by myself. That I think that it maybe the sadness and the grief and the pain, it more has to do with my own way of feeling, of not wanting to let go. It's not so much about her. She's gone, and like thank God she's at peace. She's resting. She lived her life. She has done the work. She has lived. She came. She existed. She was wonderful, and she left. She's no longer in pain. But for me, maybe it's like, this very stubborn, way of loving or wanting to possess someone that is like, no, you cannot leave me. You cannot leave me. You must stay with me. So I think that is a very personal journey. But I think that also it shows that it gets very intense because that's how much you love the person. If you wouldn't love them, I think you wouldn't notice, or you would just keep going. I think that the more you love the person, the more it gets hard to let go. And probably if someone mentions my mom, like I start crying right away, like and I think that this happens to a lot of people that are grieving. It's not particular mine, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what a coincidence. I'm currently taking a psychology class focused on death and grief. I'm learning a lot, especially how different we all grieve. Yeah. Empathy is the basis we all should have. Yeah. Yeah, because I know I know the stages of grief. I know how long it is considered a normal or expected time of grief. But for me, 2 years is not long enough to be like, okay, I went through it. I'm and also, you know, when they label this like a normal way of grieving and a normal way, like, I don't think that that's the right approach. I think that we are all, we try, you know, uh, we try to advance, you know, we try to act and participate maybe in society, but there's a part of you that is empty, you know, that is not the same. It's not the same, and that also should be like, you know, accepted that it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Yeah, it's normal to feel like that. Yeah. Yeah, it's love itself and it's your mother. Yeah, it's also, I think that is that is the archetype of the mother. You know, for me, I think that the mother is like, it's not like she is like, because I wouldn't say like, oh, the mother. You know, like there's people that really get attached so much to like, actually, if when I was younger, my favorite would be my dad. Like, I know that we are not supposed to have favoritism, but I would always, like, in moments of, like, if I miss someone, it would be between my parents, it would be my dad. And my mom, I remember my mom took me on a trip. We went on a trip together, only the two of us. And actually, the first night that we stayed at the hotel, the two of us, I started crying. I started crying, like, you know, during the day I was so happy because I was playing with other kids, so I wasn't present, you know. But then the night came, and I started sobbing, you know, crying, you know. And she was like, but what happened to you? Because all of a sudden I changed, it seems. I was crying, and I was like, oh, because I miss my dad. And I was crying, and all and like my tears. And I would also make her cry, because I would cry, you know, rivers of tears. Um, and and she would always make fun of me after that moment, because she was like, see, you're always arguing with your dad, but then you start missing him, then you start crying for him. But that's the reality, you know. Ever since I was like very young, I would always be like very bossy with my dad, you know, very always like arguing with him as if he was my brother. um, and not with my mom, because for my mom I had this sort of fear slash respect, so I wouldn't do that to her. But yeah, I would have this very like, I would get annoyed by my dad, but once I was away from him, I was so heartbroken. I was like, where is my dad? Where is my dad? I lost my best friend almost 4 years ago, and recently I had a day I cried my heart out. Usually I'm very bad at it, and I just dream about her around the 28th of each month, because her birthday was on the 28th. Oh, yeah, they usually appear in our dreams, yes. Yes, I've always, like with my dad, I had always been like so bossy, and 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 just like, you know, and I think that this is also probably an attitude that you can have, because they had me when they were in their 40s, they didn't have much experience with children, and so I think that having me was like a whole experience, and they discovered a little person that was me, that I was very eager to learn. I was very smart, very like observant. I would learn things very, very fast. I wouldn't be afraid to go and talk to people. I would be very curious. Like a whole, like I would say, like for the years or the kind of childhood that they had. I was a very modern child. So for them, it was like discovering a new world. A world where the children actually would speak up or would answer back, and things that they didn't have in their childhood. So they were like, oh, she's so smart. Oh, look, like whenever we went grocery shopping, I would always be like, oh, we have to go here, oh, no, this is not the way, we have to go over here. So I think that for my mom and my dad, that they would always consider themselves not being so smart. They would be like, oh, she's so smart, she knows things, she's so intelligent. So they would give me room to be to be that bossy. Hello, Vanis Pro. Yes, Aries are kids. Yeah, I think that that's the reason why I would sort of see my dad as an equal instead of him being my dad. Like, I would call him my dad because he would be like the one that would pay things for me, but I would be like, let me guide you. I know. Hey, Yashoda. But yeah, like with my mom, I wouldn't be able to even look at my mom and have a sort of attitude, because she would be like, she never was like aggressive with me, but there's this feeling of like she would look at me and I would know. She would just look at me and I would know that I shouldn't cross her. Because just like people in Mexico, they have the chancla. We also have the chancla here, so they would be very, very fast to throw an object at you if you would stare at them or talk to them in a very disrespectful way. But with my dad, he wouldn't. He would just wouldn't take it seriously. That happened to me, but I was more like a monster. I was a pain in the... But you can't be that with a such man and Libra, that nowhere to be found. Yeah, my mom would give me silent treatment. If I would misbehave or if I would do something that she wouldn't approve of, she would just like be silent, and I would know, I would sense the tension in the air, and I would be like, oh, I messed up. My mom would slap me on the face like TV. The protagonist, it was so humiliating. Yeah, those times were, yeah. And also, I think that I don't know if it's Latin American mothers, but me as a very sensitive child, I would notice, like, my mom wouldn't hit me, but I would, if she would throw something at me and she would miss it, but there was an intention, there was a message, and also the silent treatment is aggression. So I think that with my mom, even though she wasn't aggressive, I could sense that she probably was a very angry woman. Like, she was an Aries moon, a Scorpio with Aries moon. So she had anger issues. Like, for me, she was like a ticking bomb. I was like, I know she would explode if she wasn't a Scorpio. But me being next to her or observing her, I would be like, I wouldn't provoke her because I know she has a temper. Like, she hasn't shown it to me, but I can feel it, I can sense it. No, my mom was a Scorpio, but she had a moon in Aries. My dad is in Aries. But my dad with his moon in Aquarius, he's so detached. He's so like um, okay, guys, I'm going to take, I already took one for me for this Scorpio season, but I was thinking I'm going to, this is an oracle, it's in Spanish, but I'm going to pull one for you guys to see. These all have a keyword, so let's see what you got. If it resonates with you, you can take it as an advice, and if you don't, then don't take it. Yeah, the silent treatment is scary. The silent treatment is scary. It's like you don't know, but you're like, I better do not move. Okay, let's see what message we have for the oracle, from the oracle. Let's see. Okay. The keyword is temperance. It's in Spanish, but it is temperance. So yeah, guys, I think that temperance for me is is about, you know, sort of calming ourselves down a bit, even though maybe we feel the intensity of the season, you know, and there's a lot of things that maybe our mind and our spirit is rushing about, you know, maybe because we are near the end of the year, or we just feel the Scorpio energy around us and we see a lot of chaos, or we see a lot of you know, just people expressing, you know, emotions all over the place, and you're like sort of getting that vibe, and you're like, okay, maybe this is my moment. Maybe I also should give in to all the things that I have battling inside, and I should freak out, or I should be more direct about my desires and about the things that I want to say. And, you know, I sort of want to unleash, you know, your inner demon, I would say, your inner desires. And temperance is like, wait. It's like, wait, you know, don't give in to the temptation of just, you know, getting loose. Especially with emotions, you know, sometimes we can have these very strong emotions. We can be anger, it can be resentment, it can be jealousy, it can be, you know, being possessive, and you wanting to have control over things, or you wanting to control people, or wanting to control the situation. And with the temperance, it's like, just don't do it. Don't do it. Even if you think that it's going to be very liberating to bring out the fire, you know, and being like, okay, I'm going to tell, you know, I cannot wait to tell this person that I cannot stand them, you know, I have to tell them, I have to do this, you know. And the temperance is like, just chill. It's not the time yet. It's not the moment yet. It's not the moment. And even if you get provoked, even if you feel like the universe is testing you, people are testing you, people are stepping over your boundaries, and you're like, I think I'm going to say something, I cannot take it anymore, I think I'm going to react, you know, just try to analyze, just control yourself, you know. You cannot control others. You cannot control what the others are going to do, but you can control yourself. So the temperance is like, you know, take it slow, relax, breathe, is not the moment to display strong emotions or just very, to take very drastic decisions, like death and rebirth. And you'll be like, oh, because I'm the Scorpio season, I think I'm going to end a few things, or I'm going to end a lot of things that had been bothering me, and you're feeling like, okay, now is the moment. And the Temperance is like, not yet. Not yet. Hang on a bit. Hang on. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's not the moment, guys. It's not, even if you feel like I'm about to, when you feel like I cannot take it. And also the Scorpio season, it feels like it's very, I don't know, everything seems like it's pushing you to be this very, I wouldn't say aggressive, but there's something about you being like, I'm done with these fake people, or I'm done with this awful job, or I'm done with these awful people. I'm going to tell them, I'm going to, just like my bias, sang in his song, in his solo song, about taking off the mask, and dropping the mask. Scorpio's really good at that, just sort of like, it's like, I'm going through the dirt and I'm going to expose your dirt. I'm going to throw the dirt at you. I'm going to expose you for who you are. And the cards are like, it's not, don't do it. Please, don't do it. It's not the moment. It's not the moment. It can create more karma to you than you think. You may find it liberating and be like, I'm going to do this. But it's going to be something that maybe is going to be taken out of proportion, and maybe you are not going to get the result that you want, and then you're going to feel guilty. So it's better to wait. Just be patient. Be patient. Don't lose control. Don't lose control. Well, I haven't raised it, so. It's like the strategy is to be like the Temperance. It's like use the Scorpio season as a way to transmute everything that comes your way. Just like the Temperance with the two vessels. If negativity comes your way, or if there's certain people that you cannot stand that comes your way with bad news, with bad intention, whatever, you just let it pass you. You receive it, let it pass you, and then you let it go. You transform it into whatever. But you're like, oh, well, I receive it. I'm not interested. I'm not paying attention. This is not for me. I let it go. You drop it. You drop it. You transform it. You transmute it. And it's like, oh, yeah, I received this from you, but, I decide to transform it and release it. Release it. Don't keep it. Don't take it personal. Don't take it like, oh no, this person is addressing like this at me, and their issue is with me, and I also have issues with them. So, it's not. Don't let them provoke you. Don't let them provoke you. Just, release it. Release it. Even if it comes directly at you, release it. Don't stay in there. Also, very interesting that in the back of the deck we have the Magician. So it's very fitting. It's very fitting. Sometimes we have to be more strategic, especially in this Scorpio season. This is why for my thumbnail of this season, I actually, the Magician that you see in the picture is the representation of Scorpio in an astrological deck that I own. Is like the Magician, but it is representing Scorpio energy as well. Okay, guys, I'm going to tell you who I have on my list for today. I have the groups. I have for the friendships among the groups, I know that some of these are not like strictly like they are confirmed friends or that there's a confirmed friendship, but you know, just to see their dynamic and what do they, some of them is more like to see what do they think of each other, and because we start with 21 and Blackpink, and then we have TXT and Enhypen, we have Itzy and Aespa, we have BTS and Le Sserafim, we have TWICE and Astro, and I have Blackpink and NewJeans. And when I said this about, you know, what do they think of each other, I think that this for Blackpink and NewJeans is more, it's not the friendship, it's more like what's their view of each other, you know, if they like each other, if they admire each other, you know. Yeah, it's very interesting. I tried to pick the ones that we didn't discuss so far, I believe. That, I don't know, maybe I did. But I know I read for other groups and their friendships. This is why I tried to look for the comments that weren't that common. Oh. Okay. Oh, there's 20. Why do I see 24 people watching and here I see 19? I don't know what's going on. Maybe the numbers are dropping. But we never had 20 people watching the live stream. So please, people, if you are watching and you enjoy the content, please leave it a like. Even if you don't participate, I would appreciate if you give it a like so more people can find the live stream. I don't know. I don't know how the algorithm works. It's so confusing to me. But yeah. The likes definitely they do help me. I see 20. Ah, okay. I believe it's Renjun, but he came back from, I believe, from the hiatus of anxiety. They did. I can add. You know, I'm going to try to be brief about RIIZE and NCT because of, you know, everything that they work, everything that has been going on. But yeah, just let's see, you know, in these moments of uncertainty, let's see. Ah, yes. Oh, yeah, there's an NCT Wish member. Yeah, when I read it, they said health issues, but I didn't think it was like, it was anxiety. I didn't think it was mental, like, mental health issue. I thought he had an accident or something like that. Yeah, it's one of the NCT Wish members. Yeah, my bias, that is the Magne, that is Sakuya, I seen him limping. I noticed that he had been participating, but he was limping. He was participating of some performances, but he was seated. But yeah, I read about, I believe is it Yushi? I don't remember his name. But poor guy. It's just that NCT Wish has been everywhere. Like they have been promoting non-stop. Yeah, Sakuya is a baby. It's the baby of the babies. Sakuya is like the final NCT baby. He is like the magnet. He's the magnet. So he's so cute. He's so cute, but also his little cheeks, like his little cheeks, and how pink he is. He's like he's a baby. So I love him. I love him, and also that he wears a lot of pink. It's just so cute. He's so cute. He could be my son. Like in this case, I chose him as my bias because I see him more like, more like my son, like a son that I don't have. But not when I say bias, it's not that I feel an attraction towards him. I want to clarify this because he is a baby for me. He will always be a baby. But he's so charismatic. Like I just love it. Like I've noticed him, and I'm like, he is different. He's very charming. He's very charming. Yes. Yeah, Fluffy. Yeah. Ah. Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah, because they didn't specify. Maybe I didn't read the article. I just read the headlines that it said that he had health issues, but I didn't click on the. Maybe on the article they were stating what he had. I don't know. Oh, it's just that I'm so annoyed at SM at this point, guys. That I don't know. I'm trying to stay away from anything that they release, like statements or whatever. I'm so tired of them. I'm so tired of them. Now they're doing this promotion of memories of all the great SM groups that they had through their history. And in that, I must say that they had like the best groups they definitely have history with really great groups. But at the same time, it's like I cannot take my attention from what is going on right now. And also remembering other bad decisions that and how awful they treated their artists back then, some of them. So I cannot celebrate with them. I'm sorry. Like I don't care what SM promotes. I cannot celebrate with them. I don't care about their anniversary. I don't care about their greatest hits. I don't care. Like I'm so angry at them. I'm so angry. I'm like, it's like I wish you would stop releasing good music, so I would stop, like going back to the artist. Okay, guys, I'm going to start. Okay, I'm going to start with 21 in Blackpink. Their view of each other. Oh. Definitely, it's very complex. I wouldn't say there's a friendship here, definitely. But it's a very complex vibe that I'm getting here. It's not, there's not like, oh, I don't like you, but there's a lot of pride in the middle. There's a lot of pride and some people not giving in. Maybe there's yeah, there's others that maybe they do like the other group and they want to get closer, but there's one of them that is like, no, we don't get closer, we don't do it. I think that it's more about pride than that other thing. And this is not arranged by the company. This is the girls themselves. And from 21, I have the death card. I have the Queen of Pentacles, and I have the Five of Wands. So yeah, there's one of them that is still hanging on very tight to a sort of grudge. You know, like I moved on, but I still remember something like this. And from Blackpink perspective, we have the Five of Pentacles. You know, that is feeling left out. That is like, yeah, we sort of can interact, but they make me feel left out from time to time. Ten of Cups is like we are part of a family. Nevertheless, you know, we are part of a family. So yeah, we communicate, or we could have these moments. But also the Emperor, it shows that also maybe from Blackpink there's not resistance also to. It's like they acknowledge the power of 21, but at the same time they also acknowledge that they are no longer no longer intimidated, you know, because they also have their own experience. So they are like, you know, we can be family. If you want us, we can be family. We can be supportive to each other. But yeah, we have the Two of Swords for the connection. I wouldn't call it a friendship, honestly. The Two of Swords is, the keyword in here, it says refusing to see. So see, there's one of certain people, especially I see it from 21 perspective, that there's one of them that just feels very stuck, and it's like, I am the Queen of Pentacles. Like I associate only to what is good for me and my group, and that's it. You know, I only do business when I have to do them, and I'm very, you know, I take care of my own, you know, of my own money or of my own success. I'm not looking at you guys, honestly. But yeah, the Five of Wands, it could be competition, you know, it could be like, you know, like I don't see them sharing a stage, honestly, like, because I think that this person wouldn't let it happen. It's like, you know, in a place there wouldn't be you guys and I, or a member and me. It's like, no, I am the queen here. And if I am present, I am on my own or with my group, but I don't make room for others. But also I think that starting with the Death card, I don't think that there's a resentment from the past. Definitely with the Death card, there's something about this member in particular just moving on and sort of like accepting that this was in the past, you know, letting go and being like, I'm not the same person. But honestly, I think that this person has more life experience, and probably she has been betrayed in the past. Especially when it comes to money and status. This is why this person is so protective and is so focused on like the creation, the money I earned, what I created, what you have to pay me, you know. And I think that maybe her status was taken away, or it was sold to someone else, or maybe she thought or she felt like, oh, you know, my status and my, you know, what I created, or, you know, what we were shining for you, and also our authority, you know, our success, you gave it away to someone else. So this is why they still, it's not like they are actively fighting other groups in YG or other girls or other groups. It's just that for them it's like, I worked, I experienced it all. We went through a transformation. We went through a lot, and I wouldn't do it all over. Like there's certain things that probably for 21 is like I wouldn't like do the whole family thing, you know. For them it's like either you invite me and you have me, or you invite the others, because us mixing all in one place is like no. I value myself, I value my work and my group's work. So you better give us, like, you know, the spotlight. I don't want to share it with others, like because we build this ourselves by ourselves. So we don't do collabs. You know, like there's something about them, like we don't do these mashups of like, yeah, like family is like, yeah, family don't betray each other, something like this. You know, I think that this, in this person is because the Queen of Pentacles is very inflexible. And it's like, you know, I would do it if you would pay me a lot of money. But I think that that's not an option. So they are like, okay, then it will never happen. But yeah, from Blackpink, I think that there's the Five of Pentacles. Definitely, they maybe at some point they felt very insecure, or they, I don't know, when people sort of compare them, they felt so bad for that. You know, they felt so like maybe a bit ashamed. You know, it's like we didn't want our, you know, comparisons or something like this because we feel it's disrespectful. But at the same time, you know, they were giving so much, and they sort of grow so much, and they were giving it like sort of they were giving like it's sort of like they were giving room in YG to be this emperor. They were giving and not just the resources, but also they were given the love, you know, the pampering, you know, the everything. They definitely, like, they got the best era of YG, I would say, but not the best era when it comes to, you know, groups being friends with each other. No, they got the era where they probably were less strict with them, and maybe they were only focusing on Blackpink at some point. So they were somehow like, you know, managed a bit much more gracefully, with much more love and support, emotional support even. And also they would put in the spotlight, you know, they were number one in a lot of things. They were very successful. It's like they rose to fame very fast, you know, so this is why they also are also a bit inflexible, in the sense that, yeah, we respect where you guys come from, we respect your legacy, but at the same time, we are also important. You know, the emperor is also someone that is important, that is like, you know, someone that has importance. You know, initially maybe they felt like, oh no, we don't deserve to be compared, oh no, we don't deserve to be next to them, you know, because they're queens and we are just starting. But things happen so fast for Blackpink. The acceptance, the love, you know, everything happened so fast, and it was so well received, you know, that this is why they are like, you know, we made it to the top, and we deserve to be number ones. You know, it's like we are no longer sort of competing or just feeling bad for ourselves. We know that today we are important. But yeah, I think that they don't see each other. They just see their own, you know, their own value, their own growth. But yeah, also there could be a lot of people in the middle, just, you know, trying to create a drama. You know, I get that vibe that there's because with the Two of Swords, I think that they don't have like a specific and very clear view of each other. You know, with the Two of Swords, I think that it's more like, oh, this person told me this about you, or this person said that you said this about the other, you know. And honestly, like for me, the 2021 energy, it feels like we are not even paying attention. Like, we went through a lot of transformations. We went through a lot of endings. So we don't pay attention to these things. We really are not. But maybe the people around them were very much interested in creating the chaos. This is why you have the Two of Swords, because there's something about them remaining neutral about each other. It's like, no comments. No comments. Yeah, I know they exist. No comments. Yeah, the Two of Swords is like, I'm being proper. Like, I'm not saying nothing positive nor negative. It's like, I'm neutral. I'm neutral. But yeah, there's distance, there's like, yeah, we don't mix. We don't mix. But it's because they are from different eras. So this is the reality. What 21 went through, their fame and everything that they went through, it was very much in their era. It was something that is really hard for you to empathize with another group of a different era and be like, oh yeah, I was there. Because for me, I think that probably 21, had it tougher. They had it tougher. Like, they were successful because they have the Queen of Pentacles. So definitely they were very successful. This is why they are like, I just keep what is valuable to me. The memories, the experience, the money, whatever, those are ours. And we keep it to ourselves. We are not watching what others are doing. I don't think that they were watching each other. I think that there was some people in the middle just trying to, spark. It gives me also the Two of Swords is a very Libra, also talking about Libra today, it's a very Moon in Libra card. So for me, it's like the duality. Like, I am friends with you guys, but I'm also friends with the Blackpink members. So I come and go, and I tell you this, but then I tell them this, So it's very, very just hypocrite. It's very hypocrite, yeah. Okay, I'm going to continue with TXT and Enhypen. Yeah. Yeah, I think that definitely, like, I think that the TXT and Enhypen, they have a good relationship, but definitely what could affect a bit their dynamic is how different their experiences are. I definitely see, like, the way they confront maybe the company or the people that manages them is very different. And it's the opposite of what you would think. For example, from TXT part, we have the Four of Wands, we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So a lot of, like, let's keep things the way they are. Let's not make people upset. Let's just keep the peace. And from Enhypen is another perspective. From Enhypen we have the Seven of Wands, so there's a lot of defensiveness. It's like if they have an issue with someone, they're going to say it. They have the King of Pentacles, so definitely they are a bit much more prideful, I would say. They are like, okay, yeah, what we want, we sort of like, we say it out loud. We want to be valued. We want to be appreciated. We know we matter. And we have the Three of Pentacles, that probably their teamwork, their teamwork when it comes to their it's like when they have an issue with someone or when they don't like something and they want to change, they sort of get all together, they get all of them together and they are like, okay, let's go and talk to this person. It's like they have a good teamwork in that sense. It's like all for one and one for all, something like this. You know, there's this instant like group. You know, it's like, okay, if this member is having an issue with this, he doesn't like this, he feels uncomfortable, then all the group is going to sort of start making noise, you know, to sort of let, I don't know, the higher ups or let someone know that there's something that is bothering them. And because they're a bit prideful, you know, they're not easy to convince. They're not easy to convince. Why do I feel like Jay is in here? seeing this King of Pentacles, I'm like, this is so Jay. Like being so stubborn that you know that this is not a member that you can convince. Like, yeah, we will see, we will review your issue, your demands. Yeah, we will contact you later. And he's like, I'm not moving off here until you resolve this. You know, so there's this sort of like royalty vibes, you know, you don't mess with us. We matter, we are valuable. And we know we are valuable for you. So, but yeah, in the middle of the connection, we have the Hierophant, that the keyword is seek. So yeah, probably they don't communicate that much with each other, the group. Or they don't talk about the important things, because I believe that their mentality is very different, because the way they approach this whole world of being an idol, or maybe the companies are different, you know, the way they are managing one group and the other is very different, but I can see it, that is very different. From TXT part, there's, you know, with the Four of Wands, you know, there's like, oh yeah, we are family. Yeah, we are happy here. Yeah, there's a stability. Yeah, from the beginning we felt so cherished, and it's like, yeah, maybe they point out a few things that they are not satisfied of us, but yeah, we keep working, we keep putting the work to be better and better and better, because we believe that we have to practice and be better and keep being working and working and working. And with the Four of Pentacles, there's this feeling of like, yeah, I have this feeling that if I don't change, if I am persistent and if I am consistent, someday they're going to give us what we want. And no. No, I think that if you notice, like TXT has this Page of Pentacles and Enhypen that is a much more like, it's like a younger group than them. They have the King of Pentacles. So they feel more in power than these guys that they have been doing this for like a few more years of experience. They have a few more years of experience. Nevertheless, they still feel like pages. And these guys already have this sort of ownership. It's like, we are going to defend ourselves, we are going to say what we want to say, we are going to, you know, if we don't like something, we are going to oppose them. We're going to create some noise. We're going to make them feel uncomfortable, you know, to sort of know where our boundaries stand. Yeah. And I think that for TXT, it seems like they are in this vibe of like, we have to be respectful because, you know, that we are so thankful that we have this stability. They have the Four of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. So there's something about them sort of getting used to the idea that this is how things work, or this is how things are for them. So even though maybe they look at a group like Enhypen and they're like, wow, like these guys are much more like vocal than us, or maybe they are much more spontaneous than us. But I think that for TXT, they I don't think that they will get. They are the ones that they prefer to be cautious, respectful, and being like, okay, yeah, let's not change that much, because, the key here is to wait for the right moment. They will listen to us, but we have to keep working. And someday they will recognize our efforts. So they are a bit old-fashioned, I would say. I don't know if maybe when they were trained or when they debuted, their system was very structured, and it seems like you don't have room for not just growth, but you don't have room to sort of speak your mind and get a little crazy and creative. It's like, no, 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 no. We give you this, you do this that we gave you, because we know that this is the best for you. So yeah, we give you this song, and this song is the best for you. So you don't change it. You don't change anything, because this is you. This is you in this four of swords, four of pentacles, four of pentacles. But they know, and especially with the after tarot, here we have the death. The death coming for the four of pentacles. So the death doesn't mean literally the death. It means transformation. That it doesn't matter how hard we hold on to our stability or what we think is our stability or our comfort zone. Sometimes, maybe from the outside, maybe even ourselves, change is coming. And maybe we need to rebel and get out of the box that they put us in. And I think that in this, Enhypen knows how to do this better. But at the same time, I think that with the Hermit, there's something about them not talking to each other about this. I don't see them being like, oh, I have this experience. Do you want to talk about this? I think that they can talk about different things, about life. But they don't talk about their experiences, because I think that they see each other and they're like, we are so different, like you wouldn't understand. Also, there's like a loyalty in here. There's like, no, we don't discuss with other groups our issues, or we don't talk bad. It's not talking bad, but it's like we don't say the negative things in front of others, in front of strangers, because it could be used against us. But yeah, the other group doesn't care. And probably they are isolated of each other. With the Hermit, it gives me the vibe that they probably don't share that much. Even maybe they are in the same building and they have different schedules or different activities, so it's not like they see each other that much. Sorry, did I say Hierophant, Fluffy? It's not the Hierophant, it's the Hermit. Did I say Hierophant? It's the Hermit. The keyword is sick. Oh, sorry, it's the Hermit. The Hermit. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to continue with Itzy and Aespa. Itzy, These bold groups, I mean, At the end, they got a very loving card. You know, Itzy and Aespa, they got the Two of Cups, and here the keyword is coming together. So there's a bond. Probably there's a friendship, like people say. But I think that also in the cards, I can see the exhaustion in each other's experiences as a group. It's so heavy, guys. Because for Itzy, we start with the Three of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Wands. And we have the Judgment. And from Aespa's perspective, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Hangman. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So, yeah, I mean, definitely they do express to each other their own struggles. I think that they do talk about this a lot. I think that is part of the conversation, and it even is felt like in the air. I don't know. I think that they try, especially from Itzy's perspective, there's this sort of exhaustion. And also with the Three of Pentacles, it is work related, and it is something that affects the group as a whole, you know, them feeling very exhausted, feeling the burden, you know, feeling so tired of, you know, having to sort of carry the weight of responsibility that, oh, this has to work out. You have to be an ace, you have to be a 10, you know, and like if something doesn't go right, it's always like the girls' fault, you know. And in this case, I don't think that it's the audience blaming the girls. I think that probably is the feedback that they get, that they usually get, you know, that is like, you know, this is not working because you didn't make it work. Because we have the Judgment at the end. So definitely the girls have a very dense and sort of a very tired, just very exhausted energy. They could also be a bit annoyed with themselves, you know, just being very moody, you know, just feeling very tired, very reckless, you know. It's like, I don't see them just talking about happy things, honestly. I think that they probably worry a lot about, you know, the feedback, and unfortunately there's something about them just remembering the bad feedback, you know, or the criticism instead of, you know, maybe something a bit much more positive. You know, they definitely feel so, their energy feels so tired, and I think that if they have the possibility, what they talk about is about like, okay, I feel like they judge me all the time. I feel like the whole responsibility, the whole weight on my shoulders. I feel like I cannot rest properly. But you know, the Three of Pentacles, it also shows that this feeling is shared by all of them. It's not that it's one member that is feeling like this. So maybe if there's like certain members of Aespa and Itzy just meeting like one-on-one, but they often talk about their groups, you know, because they believe that it's part of their identity. You know, when they talk about themselves, they talk about the group as well. But yeah, for Aespa, I mean, Aespa with the Nine of Pentacles, definitely they, I mean, they are, I would say they are treated better at the SEM, like they are sort of put on the spotlight, or they are a priority for the SEM. They are, like I always tell you, they give the girls the best of the best, you know. They give them everything, you know. It's like the girls don't have to worry, they will have the best of the best, because that's what I always get for Aespa, you know, that the company doesn't sleep on them. Like, definitely they want to give them the best and be the best, everything for the girls. It has to be perfect. But at the same time, we have the Hangman and we have the Four of Pentacles. And I think that the girls are starting to sort of, maybe because of everything that is going on at SM, you know, maybe the girls in Aespa, and also while having conversations with other, like in this case with members of Itzy, they are grateful for what they have. They definitely acknowledge that they are very blessed. that they have, they are very well taken care of. But at the same time, with the Hangman and the Four of Pentacles, there's this emptiness. There's this stagnation. You know, there's like, yeah, like they give us what everything. What they do for us is perfection. It's perfect. It's beautiful. But we don't have room to be creative. It's like everything is arranged for us. You know, they don't have a saying. They don't have a saying. And with the Four of Pentacles, it feels like they want to it's not that they are repeating a formula with Aespa, but I think that they are fixated on Aespa. They fixate so much on the four girls, you know, as if they were like, you know, like, I don't know how you call it. I don't know if there's a saying in English for this, but in Spanish we have a saying that is like the chicken with the golden eggs. I don't know, there's this translation literally, so I don't know if you guys have like that in a different expression, that that sort of like you know, phrase. But for me, it's like they are so fixated with making Aespa work, you know, because Aespa is like the savior. That the girls feel like, you know, they just cannot do something original, you know, or something out of place, you know, like, oh, you know, I don't want to dye my hair like that color that you said. I want to do something else next time. And they don't listen to them. It's like, no, we already have everything arranged. What we give you is the best. We already studied it. We already discussed this, and this is what you're wearing, and this is what you're singing about, and this is, and I think that this also is sort of, it's the vibe that I got when I read for Aespa latest comeback, that I was like, yeah, it's going to be successful, but at the same time, there was some emotional disappointment from the girls. They were like, this again? Like this concept again, these lyrics? Okay, I don't know, I don't know if they expected a ballad, but they were like, can we sing something more sentimental? I don't know what they want, but they want it different. And I think that probably they feel sort of tied up to other people's expectations, that they are like, no, 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 Aespa doesn't do that. Aespa does better. Aespa does this concept, you know, and it's like they talk about the girls as, yeah, as merchandising, as, you know, as properties, you know, and they don't have the possibility or the room to add something of themselves, you know, and being like, oh, I have an idea. No, there's no room for ideas for here. We already have it all settled for you, so you just do what we tell you. So there's this, like, you know, they're starting to see that, and they're starting to feel uncomfortable because some things are being done in automatic, and they are like, yeah, we are successful, but we are not that satisfied. You know, we don't feel that, wow, you know. But yeah, but definitely there's love between them. There's a bond with the Two of Cups. It started raining. I hope you guys can hear me. If the rain is too loud, let me know, please. Oh, I heard the goose with the golden eggs. That one. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. The goose with the golden eggs. It was the goose. We call it the chicken here. We call it the chicken. We change the animal, but yeah, the metaphor is the same. If it continues raining like this, I will not be able to leave this room. I'm going to die here. Oh man. Okay. I'm going to continue reading for BTS and Le Sserafim. Let's see how they view each other. BTS and Le Sserafim. The Four of Pentacles today is on fire. So definitely, guys, when we have a card like the Four of Pentacles, especially from the perspective of the artist, that is like, is there the energy that, imagine them being able to not hang out, but to see each other or have a simple conversation. And, you know, probably they talk about their own experiences. And when we have the Four of Pentacles, it usually shows that the artists feel trapped, you know, that maybe they have certain, you know, good things happen to them, you know, some sayings, or maybe they have certain things that are good resources, for example, for the group. But at the same time, the four of Pentacles is like, you know, some things are not going to change. It's like the Emperor. Some things, sometimes these companies, you know, they sort of have these guidelines, or they have these recipes, or they have these formulas. They're not going to change. You know, they're not going to change. There's certain companies that they treat their artists systematically, especially to the ones that they see that they can. You know, like probably if the members are, you know, a bit much more respectful, or if they feel like the members maybe are afraid of authority or afraid of change themselves, or they have, you know, something that they are like, oh no, I have to be respectful, I trust their decisions, I trust what they're telling me. But, you know, you always have the one group that is like, no, we are not having it. like, we are not having it. Like, we want to change. Yeah, in companies, like in regular jobs, it happens the same. But yeah, from BTS part, we have Seven of Pentacles, the Judgment, Five of Swords. From Le Sserafim, we have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Two of Wands, and we have the Five of Cups. And then among themselves, like if this was like a friendship, we have challenging times. Five of Wands. Challenging times. So yeah, probably it also, you know, let's also remember that if we think about BTS energy, you know, BTS is not just, you know, being friendly with Le Sserafim because they are serving in the military. So maybe this that we are getting is more about like what they think of each other from a distance, or the little things that they know, or the few interactions. But yeah, either from BTS and also from Le Sserafim part, these are challenging times. And I think that definitely from BTS part, I think that definitely they are very much aware of the judgment that Le Sserafim has been receiving. They are very much aware of this, because we have the Judgment here. We have also the Seven of Pentacles, and we have the Five of Swords. But their attitude, if they had to give Le Sserafim an advice, is like, you fight back. Like if you have people that are change, like that are like somehow criticizing you, or they are challenging you, or they are, you know, judging you, you fight back. And how you fight back? You keep working. You take as long as you need to keep working on yourself. Be patient with your process. Keep practicing, keep getting better, keep adapting, whatever you need when it comes to efforts. But just, you know, show them with your efforts. Fight the criticism or the judgment with efforts. This is how we did it. This is how, from the energy of BTS, it feels like this. You know, we never argue with people, or we never show resistance through messages or attitude. No, we just show them with work. We go back to work. We work. We perfectionate ourselves. We are patient. We understand that processes take time, that you don't make yourself a superstar like, you know, just like in a few months. No, you keep working. And you're patient with yourself. If you don't get it right the first time, then keep practicing. But keep working. That's the best resistance, you know, to the criticism or to the, you know, to the haters, or to, you know, just like when you feel like people are judging you all the time. I think that for BTS it's like, you know, but you have to win. You have to be, you have to defeat them. You know, there's something about, like, you know, don't get used to receiving mean comments, or just don't focus on that. Just release it. You know, get it off yourself. That's why it's necessary to keep working. Because if you are busy working on yourself, the energy that maybe the haters put on you, or maybe people that don't want to see you succeed, or people that don't like you, you know, because there could be people that just don't like you, don't accept you, and never will. So it's like, you don't mind them, you just focus on you. And I think that they definitely, probably they also feel a bit like overprotective of the girls. They're like, I don't like the way they are being judged. We are actually a bit angry about it. I don't know if they had said something in the past, but I think that they are like, it's not cool what they're doing to the girls. It's not cool. It's not cool. It's like, But at the same time, I think that they also believe that the girls have their own potential to defend themselves. They believe that the girls can rise up and defend themselves. You know, this is why maybe from their part it's like, I hated that this happened, you know. But also the Seven of Pentacles for me is like, there's a part of them that they also think that maybe, you know, the girls need a bit much more of time. You know, the Seven of Pentacles is like patience, you know, the fruit, you do not reap the fruit yet. It's not grown, you know, is early. This is why they probably don't like that the girls are getting so much backlash, because they are like, what do you expect? They just started. Who is perfect when they just debuted? Like, they are like, why are they judging them? They don't like it. They don't like the hater, you know, But I think that with the Five of Swords, they are like, we also don't like that energy. So you show them, you defend yourself. But yeah, it's different being a man than being a woman in the industry. It's different. But yeah, I think that they are ruling for the girls, definitely. Yeah, and from Le Sserafim, yeah, we have the four of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and we have the Five of Cups. So yeah, I mean, I think that the girls definitely are looking at their future. They have plans, you know. They are also like, they want to do better, you know. They are also very fixated on like, okay, we have to, you know, continue. We have to keep going, you know. We have plans, but there's also, I don't know if it's all of them, but maybe there's some of them that honestly it's really hard for them to forget. I don't know if there's some members that are more sensitive than the others, so it affects them. You know, even though they try to look at the future and future projects, and it's like, okay, this comeback, I'm going to be the best of the best. But inside of them, they still have the insecurity. and they still go back to that time where they felt like they didn't give their best. So there's a lot of regret, you know, and I feel so judged. And what if they judge me? And like there's this fear, you know, there's this fear. Honestly, I think that they, when it comes to BTS and their connection, they definitely feel a sense of belonging. You know, they look at BTS and they're like, okay, if they could do it, you know, if they did it with so little, you know, the way BTS started, you know, with so little resources, you know, we have to do it. You know, we also have to rise, you know, we also have to do better, you know, we also have to continue our path, you know, and to show pride. And probably they got messages from the guys encouraging them, you know, like good luck on this new comeback, good luck on this project, good luck on this, you know. I think that they definitely, with the two of ones, I see, you know, communication, or I see congratulations, like, oh, you guys are going over there, I will send you a present, or I will buy you guys a meal. I don't know how they do that while being in the military, but maybe some of them is like they show the support with little details like this. So the girls are like, yeah, we get from them not only the inspiration of what BTS represents, of course, but also it's like, you know, we have to make it. There's no other way. Like we have to make it. But yeah, I think that they try to advance. Their initial energy is very powerful, but then one of them breaks. I don't know why. One of them breaks under pressure, or maybe after they're done with the concept and with their, I don't know, the presentations, the performances, then there's one of them that just like feels miserable. So I don't know if they have like a member that is constantly dealing with sadness, or just, you know, feeling defeated, or it's like, oh, I feel so bad for me. It's like I feel sorry for myself. I cannot escape these feelings. I feel sorry for myself. Something like this. But yeah, the Five of Wands, challenging times, you know. I think that, yeah, these moments are challenging, and this is why, you know, we have all these fives, you know. Also BTS ends from their part with the Five of Swords. Then these girls have the Five of Cups on their side, and in the middle, this friendship, we have the Five of Wands. So each group is fighting their own battles, I would say. So these are not like, it's like, let's learn from adversity, guys. Let's just keep fighting. Let's keep fighting. These are challenging times. These are not moments to break. You have to be strong. You have to get tough. Okay, I'm going to continue with Twice and Astro. I don't know if they're friends or not, but someone requested them. Where is Akira, our once resident? Oh, okay. These are a lot of cards. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to take them because they jumped, but oh, it's difficult, this one. I don't see it. I mean, I think that they probably they had interactions, definitely, but yeah, there's also a lot of pain in here. And different ways of dealing with pain. I don't think there's a connection, but yeah, there's good vibes. It's like I respect you, you respect me, but both groups, different experiences. This is why when we take the energy of each group, each of them, they show me their colors, what they had experienced as a group and where they come from and their energy right now. So yeah, it's totally different. It's very different. From Twice, we start with the Three of Swords. We have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. Very stable Twice, very stable. Even though they started with a heartbreak as well. They also had their, I wouldn't want to say tragic moments, but they also had their heart broken at some point in their careers. This is not, like they always been happy and successful. But in this point, they have stability. And from Astro, we have the Hermit, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, very isolated, the members. Maybe there's one, two that could maybe speak to some of them, but I don't see it, because they are remaining still very hermetic. They are remaining, they're even isolated of themselves. There's something about not all of them being open to each other. The Hermit is like, we're still looking for answers. We are still, we are still inside. Like, we are still like, we are not ready to socialize. It's like, yeah, they can do it because of work, but there's some things in here among themselves, their own dynamics, that is very, I don't know what happened to Astro. I know about certain members, but I think that there's a push and pull among themselves. There's a lot of tension between certain members. I think that there's certain groups, there's certain members that they really don't like each other. And there's a fight at the moment. There's like, there's something about one of them being more aggressive because it seems like this person is older and the other one is younger. But yeah, about Twice, how do they? I don't see them. No. But yeah, the cards that jump out for them, we have the Three of Cups in reverse. That is, the keyword in here is share the love, but since it's in reverse, they don't share the love. But we have the Four of Wands, joy and stability. I mean, there's some emotional stability from both parties at some point, but then we have the Five of Swords, win or lose. So yeah, it's so chaotic, guys, honestly. I think that it's not that they make it chaotic for themselves, like, to each other. No, nothing at all. But I think that their experiences are very different. I think that for Twice, they started with the heartache. I mean, maybe the beginnings, or there was an instance in the formation of the group, or when they started, where they were very heartbroken. Maybe they also went through challenging moments themselves, but at this point, their energy, their experience is very different. They have the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles. So definitely there's something about them sort of like recovering from this heartache, and being able to sort of like stand up and build this great community and this great maybe dynamic with the fans, and the fans being very loyal and stable to them. So and also they are doing very well in their careers. So they have stability. They have stability, they have pride, they have a very stable community around them. They had worked really hard, and the work had paid off for them. Everything that they had worked for as a group, and individually as well, but they are doing so well. Like their experience is much more successful, I would say. And there's still this feeling of us, us. Yeah, like, yeah, I can go over here and do my individual gig, but at the same time, I go back to my group and it's still us. The girls are doing very well. But yeah, from Astro, honestly, Astro, I don't see them opening up to other groups, or I see them like maybe to other, because I have a lot of male energy, so probably they hang out with other male idols, or, but honestly, there's an issue with someone. They are having their own disagreements, or they are not. There's some members that are not talking to each other. There's a lot of silence. There's a lot of silence. I also see someone walking away. I think that if they don't stop, like, I know that this is not. It's been a while since I read for Astro. I don't know if I should do it again, but if this person don't stop the arguing and the accusations and just being, very, very aggressive with his words, I believe that one of them is going to leave. One of them is going to leave. I see that it can be someone like impulsively saying, okay, I'm done, I'm leaving. Because there's tension in here. But I think that it's also understandable, with the Hermit. I think that each one of them have their own perception of what is going on. They feel differently about the things that has happened to the group. Each one of them have a different opinion. So, and probably they are grieving differently as well. There's a lot of anger and there's a lot of resentment and a lot of, like just unprocessed, emotions. Maybe pride also, like. But yeah, I don't see the connection, honestly. But I mean, there could be admiration from both parties, because honestly, from TWICE perspective, there's a lot of union. So I think that since they are doing very well, their connection with other artists is very popular, but also for them it's more like we see each other because we work together, that's all. It's like very much focused on work. This is why we have all these pentacles. But also with the Three of Cups, the Three of Swords, as the first card coming from TWICE, maybe there was something that when they met initially, I don't know, did they have a difference, or did they have like did some misunderstanding happen? Did something happen between them, like initially, that maybe like, I didn't like you back then because you said that of me, or something like this, because they start with the Three of Swords. So I don't know, maybe one of them was like, oh, I heard this rumor that you were talking about me, or something like this. But then, it sort of vanishes, because we have the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Cups. So the girls is like, we are busy. It's like we're working. It's like we don't have time. I don't know. Like, we are working. Sorry, we don't have time for drama. Yeah. Oh my God. Very heavy energy, nevertheless. Very heavy energy. Okay, I'm going to continue with Blackpink and NewJeans. Let's see. Blackpink, NewJeans. I shouldn't read for the NewJeans girls. The cards that they got are so heavy. Oh, 6 of Cups. Yeah, I think that for Blackpink, I think that there's some members that are sort of course, that they are aware of what's going on with NewJeans, and just like what I read for BTS and Le Sserafim, it's very similar because for Blackpink, from their perspective about NewJeans, we start with the 10 of Wands, we have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Cups. So they see them there that they are very young. Yeah, they are like, they shouldn't be doing that. They are very young. They are very young. Like I feel like they are also they watch this from afar and they are so frustrated. Like probably they are asking like, where are their parents? Like they're sort of wondering like, where are the responsible adults in this? You know, with the 10 of Wands, why do they let the girls go through this? They are also annoyed. They are also annoyed at the situation. Yeah, and from NewJeans and about Blackpink, we have the Strength card, we have the Moon, and we have the Devil. And from the other cards, we have the card of the 6 of Cups, Simply Love. Look at this. It could be that they see each other like, oh, those are like the little sisters that we don't have, or that, you know, like they see them with love, you know. And probably they wish, or they are sort of hoping, maybe Blackpink members are sort of hoping for the girls to get the best option possible, because I think that they're worried. They're also like, I think that they're worried that the girls are very young and inexperienced. You know, they're like, and also they're like, why do they put so much weight on these girls? You know, with the 10 of Wands, it's like them, like, you know, these are little girls. Like, they're not little girls, but they're like, these are amateurs. These are people that are just starting. Why do they put so much weight on their shoulders? Why do they put so much responsibility on their shoulders? You know, again, the Page of Pentacles is like the girls should be focusing on studying, on improving, instead of this drama. Why do they do this to them? Like, who is behind these girls, you know? And also with the 8 of Cups, it's like no one is caring for the girls. Like, the girls should move on from there emotionally. They're like, the girls have to get off there. Like, they cannot be this emotionally invested in this. They have to be removed of this. There's nothing in this environment for you, like in this, I don't know if they feel like the girls are stuck in an emotional bond or connection that is not good for them. So they are like, the girls have to move on. Like, they cannot be this emotionally invested. They are very young. They are very young. They're very young, and they're worried. They're a bit annoyed also. Because they're so young. They're like, why do they put so much weight on these girls? Like, they don't get it. Yeah, from NewJeans, you know, we have three major arcanas. So I think that they definitely, honestly, if there's something that they admire of Blackpink, maybe is how strong they are. You know, they see Blackpink as you know, as a symbol of resilience. You know, as a symbol of like, okay, yeah, we remain. You know, we don't care. But at the same time, I think that the energy of the girls, honestly, they are so caught up in their own insecurities, or maybe on their own panorama is being blurred, so they don't have an opinion about Blackpink, honestly. Like, it's like, yeah, we love them, we admire them so much, like, we love them, we admire them so much. They are like, probably I listen to their songs, or I listen, or I watch what they do, and they give me strength, or they are my inspiration. they are my inspiration. But at the same time, they are so, their energy is so like obsessed with something else that I think that they are not. It's not that they are like, oh, Blackpink. No, they are a bit confused about who their ideals are or who their role models are. You know, there's something about these girls having an issue with who they look up to. You know, I don't know if they have another role model or there's something about them just being very confused at the moment. So even though they do respect them a lot, I don't think that they can now they can stop and be like, oh, I think this, we think this about Blackpink. No, they are too immersed in this drama that they are not. They are too attached. They are too attached. Someone help these girls, please. Someone help these girls. It's so sad. Yes. The devil how-fitting could represent pretty much anyone around them. Yeah, it's like they are not free. And there's a lot of doubts. You know, there's a lot of doubts. Probably, I don't know if they are suspicious of people or I don't know. Okay, I'm going to continue with the last one with RIIZE and NCT. RIIZE. Oh, I was forgetting. I pulled the cards of RIIZE and I forgot about NCT side. Sorry. Could it be that we are so stuck on RIIZE thing that I was forgetting NCT. Oh, and I'm in NCT and myself. Wow, what a shame. Yeah, also these groups, these are moments of like try to find balance. Like, yeah, we don't have an opinion. We're just trying to survive here. Yeah, but the vibes are really good. Like, are okay. The relationship is okay. From RIIZE perspective, we have the hangman. Yeah, very fitting. Definitely, poor guys are being hanged in there, like sort of in a pose. But we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Cups. Very loving, very loving, very loving. Like very positive, I would say, about NCT. Then from NCT's part, we have the Hierophant. This is the Hierophant. Finally, the card of the Hierophant. We have the Queen of Swords. And we have the Empress. And between or among their friendship, we have the Two of Pentacles, find balance. So yeah, I think that their connection is very new, honestly. Like, sorry, sorry, I pushed the table. The Two of Pentacles, it gives me like, this is like, it's not like, oh, we are the closest friends, like, no, I think that they they manage to see each other or to talk to each other. Maybe some members talk to each other more than the others, or some are friends and others are not. So this is like a very initial stage. But both of the groups are trying to find balance among what is going on. But energetically, I mean, from RIIZE, yeah, with the Hangman, definitely they are sort of going through this moment of, it's not like the career is pausing, but there's a moment, like if this is like slowing down, like if there's like some stop in their careers, or some some things that are being put on hold. I think that all of this is information for them, is for them to get wiser, to get the sort of enlightenment about what is really going on in their careers. But honestly, also with the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, I think that the relationship with NCT is so positive, because there's something about RIIZE, and I think that probably this is Suntaro's energy, Sunjan and Shotaro's energy, because we start with the Hangman. And I don't know if you remember that they were part of NCT. Of course you do remember that they were part of NCT. They were no longer part of NCT. We spent a few months not knowing what was going to be of them, And I think that this Hangman represents their energy, how it started. They started with NCT, and then they had this pause in their career without knowing where it was heading. And then the opportunity came for them with RIIZE. And we have the Nine of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. So I think that change, that Suntaro had, it opened the doors of opportunities, and they actually, like, they got the recognition, they got the success on their own with the group. They were able to celebrate with the group, and also with the former, like with their former NCT. Teammates, like they were no longer part of NCT, but the bond was still present. So when RIIZE got their first win or their first recognition, the celebration, or like, I'm really happy for you from the bottom of my heart. I'm really happy that your group is doing great, or that you are in this group, and that I see that you are advancing, and I see that you guys are doing great, and that you get all these awards or recognition. I don't know. I think that from RIIZE perspective, is like, we receive a lot of love, and we also give a lot of love to NCT. But they definitely come from, I think that they are very, this is why I think that this is Sunjan and Shotaro, that is like, remember when we wore the Hangman? Remember when we were upside down, and we didn't know what was going to be of us. We were like kicked out of NCT, and we didn't know what was going to be of us. But then a new opportunity came for us, and we were happy, and we were successful, and we got the love and the support from NCT members. So it's like, okay, even though we are in different groups, they are still cheering for us, and they still care for us, and they want us to do well. So there's love. There's like, wow, like there's this, I don't know if they had the company or the emotional support of some NCT members, and they were like, thank you for being there where I didn't know what was going to be of me. Because when they kick us out, I felt like my whole world stopped, literally. My whole world stopped. But yeah, from NCT, we have the Hierophant, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have you know, the Empress. So definitely this thinking about the Hierophant, you know, like I call this the company card, but it also talks about the system and also talks about the NCT system, you know, the traditions, and you know, thinking that some like some former NCT members are part of RIIZE. You know, they are like, once you were part of NCT, you will always be part of us. So there's something about them honoring the RIIZE members, because they're like, you know, the other members came from us. So we sort of take you under our wing, or we celebrate you, and you are part of us as well, even though you're in different groups, because you were part of our system, you know, and we are loyal to the person of our system. And also the Queen of Swords, you know, it's a very Aquarius card, I would say, you know, very the kind of energy that NCT has, that is like, you know, even to the new people that come into NCT, we integrate them all. We accept them, we welcome them, you know, we welcome their talents, their contribution to the group. It's like enter the system of NCT, like welcome, do your best. Very Aquarium vision, you know, very Aquarius vision. It's like, yeah, just come in, you know. It's an open, it was an open, you know, system. And then we have the Empress. So definitely they have, they feel very proud. Like, I think that NCT feels very proud of RIIZE, probably when I say RIIZE, probably of Suntaro, you know, initially. I don't know if they are close to the others, but, you know, there's something about like, okay, when we let you go, or when you were like, you know, let go of, we knew that you were going to make it on your own. We trust that you, with your talent, with your beauty, with your, you know, positive attributes, that you were going to be successful. We knew it. We never hesitated. We never were like, oh my God, what is going to be of them? No, we knew you were going to make it. We knew it. We knew it. And we are so proud of your evolution and your growth. We watch you and we celebrate you. Because also, if you see the Queen of Swords, there's like, you know, she's sort of observing this butterfly here, you know, here, that is like the symbol of, you know, transformation, of a new idea coming to life. So this is like the creation of RIIZE, you know. It's like, okay, you got out of our system, you got out of, you know, this that we were part of, that we thought that it was going to remain like this, but then, you know, we sort of saw you, that you went on your own, and you did amazing. So we are proud of your progress. We are proud of your progress. But yeah, find balance. Both groups relate to this. It's like they are also in uncertain times. They are just trying to make it the best way they can. They don't have like all the answers. They are like, okay, let's try to make it. Let's try to find the balance in these moments of chaos. Let's try to find the balance. Hey, Samara. Oh my God. Also today I didn't bring water, I didn't bring anything, so I'm sort of starving. Like, I'm not starving, I'm thirsty. Like, I want to drink something and I don't have anything here. But yeah. This was great. Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, yeah, it's like I try to, you know, to not. Yeah, this is like huge. It's huge. The book is, I never look at the book actually, but it's huge. I believe it has some exercises, you know, some things that you can do, some reflections about certain cards. But yeah, it's very comfortable to just put it in the shelf. You know, it looks pretty. Yes, they are, because it's the after tarot. So it's what happens. Is what happens after the typical. And look, there's a Luna here. There's a Luna. Oh, you saw it first. Yes, there's a Luna. Yes, yes. Because remember that the typical is like the original Rider Waite is them sort of facing each other and just like, you know, touching like the cups. I would say like getting closer to each other and showing each other cups. And in here is like, yeah, we share we show each other the cups, the receptivity, in them we hugged. Yeah, that's why the Five of Cups was different too. Yeah, and the Five of Wands also. You see that they are not clashing the wands. They are like almost like they are tired of fighting. They are like still like holding the wands, you know, but they are a bit tired. They are taking a break. Yeah. Yes, I usually like the card, but in the deck was sort of sad. Yes. Yeah. Because I think that the five, look, we were talking, like I was talking about me grieving my mother, my mom. And I think that the Five of Cups represents grief. You know, sometimes when we think about the Five of Cups and people are like, oh, but can this person see that, yeah, I don't know how, is 3 cups in front of the person that they are spilled, but like behind you, you have 2 cups full. They are available for you. Like, why don't you turn around and you see it? And you see that there's something available for you. And when you are in a state of grief, you don't see it. You don't, or you can't, or you don't want to. No matter the reasons, when you are in that state of like, you know, when you're like, I'm sad, just let me be sad. I don't need you to tell me like, oh, well, maybe if you do this, you will feel better. It's like, let me feel the way I'm feeling now. It's like, I feel sad. Let me stay with the sadness. Don't bring solutions. Just be there for me. Just understand that today I'm sad. Yes. Yes, it's heavier. Yes. It's heavier. This is why the person, you know, the person in the Five of Cups is wearing black. Is wearing black clothes because they are mourning. They are mourning something or someone, something that didn't happen, or something that happened that was too painful for them, something from the past. So yeah, we have to let them. We have to let them, because it's like a progress. If you see, like we were mentioning, the Four of Cups, you know, the cards of apathy, that is like, you know, I have another deck that actually the Four of Cups is called the card of society. That is like where you are so full in your life, but you don't feel anything. It's like maybe you're getting everything emotionally and you're receiving all the love, but you are not feeling it. You know, like we always say, the apathy, you know, it's like, yeah, you are being receiving all this, but you are not feeling it. But at least when we move on to the Five of Cups, you are finally feeling the sadness or the regrets or the hard feelings. Like you are there. You are feeling it. You are feeling it. So it's like a progress from feeling nothing to being like, oh, this is what was stuck in me all along. It was unprocessed grief. It was something that I thought that I was over. I thought that I was no longer in pain about this, but you know, something happened that it triggered that memory, and now I'm sad. Something like this, yeah. Hey, Hope. Thank you, Yashoda. Yes. Yeah. 21 people. I was like, wow. I never had so many people. Thank you. Never had so many spectators. Mm. Could it be because I was mentioning BTS? Maybe that's the reason. Oh, yes, I believe the girls told me. Yes. Uh-huh. Yeah, I just I thought that I put 2 months, but I don't know. My internet was working and I was in a rush when I was like editing it. The settings. I was editing the settings, so I believe I I touched the number 2, but no, I think that I touched the number 3, and and it went like that. Because my battery was about to run out of the computer, so I was like, I shut it even before I saw if I typed it right or not. Maybe the topic of friendship between groups interests a lot of people. Uh-huh. Yeah. Maybe it's Blackpink, yeah. Mm. Yeah, guys. Okay, now it's starting to rain again, so I'm going to go. I'm going to go, but thank you so much, guys, for the recommendations, for staying with me. Well, and I sent like also a lot of love to Akira that is not in the chat because of my mistake. But well, we will have plenty of of live streams. I will make sure to edit them. I forgot that she had this account that is pretty new. Yeah. Thank you guys for being here. Have a lovely day. Thank you guys. Bye.